الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستهديه ونسترشده ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب رب العالمين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اجمعنا معهم في عليين في الفردوس الأعلى من غير سابقة عذاب ولا حساب آمين يا رب العالمين. Dear brothers and sisters, the title of the khutbah today is the beginning of a famous hadith. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف وفي كل خير. So it's المؤمن القوي, the strong mu'min. The translation of this hadith or the meaning of this hadith is that the strong mu'min, the powerful mu'min, is better and more beloved to Allah Azza wa Jal than the weak mu'min. وَفِي كُلٍّ خَيْرٍ, and both have khayr in them. Any mu'min has, the heart of a mu'min is full of khayr. But there is always a preference of being strong for many reasons, and today we will get few of those reasons inshallah. We cannot do any khutbah nowadays without mentioning what's going on in Palestine, in West Bank, Al-Aqsa, and in Gaza, in Palestine. And of course Palestine is part of the Muslim Ummah. It's part of also the humanity's issues on this earth. The question is always there, especially nowadays when we are kind of used to listen to the news, and it's a nature of humans. When something happens, even if it is very tragic, when you see it a lot, you become used to it. Too much exposure will get you a little bit more reluctant to react. That's a nature of a lot of people. An example, a surgeon in the hospital, when they first graduate and the first surgery, they will be scared, they will be tensed, they will be overwhelmed, opening, cutting the people's stomach and taking out the disease and switching it in. But after a while, the feelings become so controlled, normal. And we sometimes say in the hospital how the nurse, they don't react when they see someone bleeding and they're just, so cold or calm. It is because of too much exposure. Now, when it comes to the issue of Palestine and any issue of Muslim Ummah suffering, we are not allowed to just be cold, just be calm, just be biased, just be relaxed. That is against Islam, against your own iman. Going back to a strong mu'min is better than a weak one and more beloved to Allah. Not only better, more beloved to Allah. How can we help others if we are weak? So to be able to help other people, other Muslims, to be able to contribute to anything beyond your own self, you have to have the ability and strength. Any weak person, if you're sick, you cannot carry your own legs, how can you help others walk? If you can't carry a small stone, how can you carry a bed or a rock? So you have to strengthen yourself to be able to help others. You have to be strong to be able to help Palestine, to be able to help Gaza. Strength, all types of strength that you can acquire, you should be able to acquire. وَقُلْ اعْمَلُوا. We have to work hard to be the best in everything we can. And there's a lot of examples where Rasulullah has mentioned several times that a person that leaves the masjid after each salah, do their work, bring halal food on the table of their children, not just stay in the masjid for months, that person who leaves and help others to get them where they want to go, قضاء الحاجات, help them fulfill their needs, is much better than doing i'tikaf in Masjid Rasulullah for 2 months, just to go and help others. So action is all about life. You have to keep working. You have to give time for your family and children. You have to strengthen not only your iman, but to strengthen your family. Why? يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. O you people of faith, protect yourselves and your own families from nar jahannam. How can I do that? By spending more time with my family, by enjoying their own habits, teaching them Quran, teaching them Hadith. And a lot of Muslims sometimes look after themselves, not their families. So they think they are strong. No, you are weak. If your house is weak, you are weak. If your wife, her iman is weak, it's your obligation as a husband to strengthen your wife's iman. Encourage her, influence her, take her to the masjid, join her in a halaqah at home. It's not only about you. Since Allah made you responsible of your family, you have to be strong and make your family strong. And imagine if all our families have strength of iman, strength of stability, peace, our community becomes strong. And if our community becomes strong, our masajid will enjoy the community, strong community. The masjid will, every halaqah they do, we should find the masjid full of people. We have example here, 2 great halaqah have been going on for months. The attendees are hardly 30 or 40 people, while the speaker is an internationally known sheikh, a PhD in Aqidah, Dr. Amjad Qorsha. Every Monday and Tuesday, tafsir and seerah. What more important do we need to learn if not the life of Muhammad ﷺ and his sunnah and the tafsir, the meanings of the Quran? How many comes? Hardly 20, 30 people, sometimes 40. A masjid could take at least 500. So we have to be strong to be able to help Gaza, to be able to help Kashmir, to be able to help our brothers and sisters in China, in Burma, wherever they are suffering, in Iraq, in Syria. We have to be strong. Let me give you a very sensitive example. How many Muslims are available around the world? Around 2 billion. 2 billion, I believe, minimum. If we are strong, 2 billion people, do you think this will happen to Gaza or Syria or to Iraq, or anyone can dare to touch a hair of a child, a Muslim child or a woman, or even invade any country or put oppression. If we are united, if our hearts are together, if we are merciful to one another, not harsh, رحماء بينهم. The Quran says we have to be merciful to one another. We have to advise each other nicely. We are, subhanallah, when we advise each other, we're harsh and we attack and we accuse. But when we see problems out there, politicians or we try to be politically correct. We try to calculate and think of our wording so many times because we don't want to get in trouble. But when it is my brother or sister or wife or child, no boundaries. Whatever comes to my heart, hit hard. That's why we should always strive to be strong individuals, family, community, masajid, and countries, and ummah. This is how you can help Gaza. You can help any needy person if you are strong. Another point, we have to remember that, before I tell you this, last night around 12:30, I received a call from a friend of mine, and he is shaking of anger. And he said, Wallahi, Yasser, I know that I shouldn't be saying this, but I want you to ease me down. 12:30 midnight. Said what? He said, I'm a good Muslim, I believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, but what's going on is too much. Too much for me to grasp, too much for me to understand. And I'm talking about a man with children, not a youth who did not know Aqidah very well. He said, when I see the killings, when I see the children crying, when I see the whole world is just watching, I can't even respect myself. That's his words. I can't enjoy my own life, my own bed, my own food, looking at my brothers and sisters in Palestine, and I feel helpless, hopeless. And sometimes it comes to my mind, why? And that made me, subhanAllah, add something to today's khutbah. So if this question is available in any of our heads, or someone you can answer them. Of course, when I told him the answer, he said, Wallahi, I know this, but I needed to hear it from someone else. The hikmah of Allah Azza wa Jal, His wisdom in the way He runs the world, it's His own wisdom, His own decision. Ta'ala Allah an kulli shay. We have to trust Allah. This is the word He was waiting for. Trust Allah and just do your part. Two things. Trust Allah's wisdom. And I reminded him with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 3 years suffering of hunger, not just 3 months. Our beloved Prophet, the most beloved to Allah, the best of Allah's creation, 3 years, that much they ate the leaves of trees. And they used to, the animals left over, the animals poo, it's dry, they open it and they get the seeds of any plant that is there and they clean it and they eat it. It was a huge issue and they only became a stronger mu'mins. And Allah relieved and made Islam spread around the world. But what I wanted to share with you today, that it doesn't mean that the oppressors will get away with it. It doesn't mean that we just accept the oppression and trust Allah without doing anything. You trust Allah, you do something, and look at these meanings that all of us should know. If I ask any of us how many names that Yawm al-Qiyamah have, nobody knows. I searched it, and even in the internet, because some sites give us the names of Yawm al-Qiyamah just in the Quran. Some gives me just in the Hadith, some gives me in both, and whatever could be used as a name of Yawm al-Qiyamah, which is part of the description of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Collectively, قال ابن حجر في الفتح الباري that they are a little bit more than 80 names of Yawm al-Qiyamah. And then when I checked the names, they are scary names. At the same time, they are relaxing. Because most of the names will answer our needs, that what will happen after this world that is full of injustice, dhulm. What will happen? Without this, I cannot blame anyone who will be, feeling so bad and going around doubting why. But because they believe in Yawm al-Qiyamah is an essential part of our faith system, that you can hardly find an ayah that says الإيمان بالله except وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. We have to believe in Allah and the Qiyamah. That statement brings all the religions together. In each religion, subhanAllah, the ibadah could be different. There is fasting, but the fasting is different from time to time, from prophet to prophet. There is prayer, the rak'ah could be different. The seasons could be different. These are rituals that Allah Azza wa Jal made, and subhanAllah, Islam brings everything together. SubhanAllah, whatever they used to do before, Islam compiled it, and we do whatever the people before us done, but more organized and saved for till Yawm al-Qiyamah. So what always is there for sure, that every prophet, every messenger was calling for people to believe in Allah and Yawm al-Qiyamah. Because without Yawm al-Qiyamah, we cannot, without the belief of Yawm al-Qiyamah, something big is missing. Just look at some of the names. Yawm al-Qiyamah, Yawm al-Din, Yawm al-Hisab, Yawm al-Jaza', al-Akhirah, al-Ba'th, al-Nushur, al-Taghabun, Yawm al-Tanad, al-Sakha, al-Tammat al-Kubra, al-Qari'ah, الواقعة يوم الخروج الغاشية الحاقة الفصل الساعة النبأ العظيم يوم الزلزلة يوم الجمع يوم الفزع الأكبر يوم الوعيد يوم الحسرة يوم التلاق يوم المآب يوم العرض على الله يوم الخلود يوم عظيم يوم عسير يوم مشهود يوم عبوس قمطرير يوم تبلى فيه السرائر يوم. Most of the meanings here tells you, don't worry, Allah knows what He's doing, and Allah will take care of those oppressors. Now, a very dangerous thing. Are the oppressors only the Zionists or the army of the enemy or this and that? No, I could be an oppressor in my own house, in my own community. If I don't have the best of manners, I could be oppressor with my wife or my children. I could be oppressor in my work with my employees or my employer. I could be an oppressor with my neighbors. I have to remember, Yawm al-Qiyamah, I'm going to pay the price of my actions, of my thoughts, of my manners. Wallahi, we will pay the price. Please, I call myself and my brothers and sisters here, we have to repent before it's too late, and we have to strengthen our iman and our families to be able to have a strong community, to be able to stop the oppressor by abusing us. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين فاستغفروا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. أما بعد. One of the great strength that we cannot deny is economical strength, money, and it's always been this way. And Islam never tells us not to be rich. Some people think, my sheikh who is a Sufi, he said, the more you leave dunya, the more you're close to Allah. It doesn't mean you have to strive to be poor. What the sheikh means, what the ulama means, the dunya has to be in your hand, not in your heart. You cannot leave your work or look for something very low income just because you want to purify yourself. No. Out of the 10 best people after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the 10 mubashirin bil Jannah, I believe 3 or 4 of them were out of the richest people in Mecca. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Uthman ibn Affan, and others. And their money did not prevent them from being the best Muslims on earth. They led the whole world for prosperity of Iman. Of course not. So we need also as a community to be financially strong in a halal way. In a halal way. Because haram does not last. Haram is destructive. Haram takes away your hasanat. So yes, we have to make money to be able also to donate. How can I be a strong mu'min? The title of our khutbah, How to be a Strong Mu'min, is also, we said, by strengthening our iman and community and families, but also to strengthen our financial part. So we will be able to donate fi sabilillah, to able to make life livable and with prosperity. It's really, really important. Today, for example, we have a great association, a great organization called Ayad al-Ata, Hands for Charity. They operate in Palestine mainly. In Palestine and Gaza mainly. And they started from day one after the genocide was going on. Since October 7 and 8. They started doing great work on the ground. They have representatives there. And you can check their videos. They are here for us to help them, to help Palestine. And alhamdulillah, nowadays more trucks are going on, around 150 to 200 trucks of medical aid and food. And I hope that they will be thousands soon, because 150 trucks a day is never enough. I am from Gaza and I call my family every day, and they are in need of every help that we can give. So please, I beg you today, more than any day, try your best to be generous and do your part to strengthen first your iman. When you give sadaqah, your own iman becomes strong. As-sadaqah tutfi'u ghadab al-Rabb. If Allah is happy with you, what more do you need? So when you give sadaqah, Allah becomes happy with you. As-sadaqah, your sadaqah will become your own shadow, your own dhill, تضلك يوم القيامة. So you will be covered from the heat of fire and sun يوم القيامة by your own sadaqah. Cure your sick people with giving sadaqah. داووا مرضاكم بالصدقات. ما نقص مال من صدقة. Your money will never decrease when you give sadaqah. And the last thing, sadaqah comes from the word sidq. And sidq, sad, dal, qaf, is the truthfulness. It is the fruit of your iman. One of the most difficult things for people to do is to give their money away. We all know this. Even a young child can hold into his $5 for months. You know, we don't like to share. Naturally, subhanallah. That's why Allah gave us the huge reward of sadaqah, and He named it sadaqah because it tells you how pure and true is your iman. It's one of the fruits of your iman. That much of reward you get for giving fi sabilillah, that when we die, may Allah give us long life, full of iman, ta'at ar-Rahman. When we die, we wish to go back, we wish to tell the angel of death, please wait, give me a few more minutes to do what? To pray? To fast? To read Quran? No. To give sadaqah. While when we see Malak al-Maut, immediately we realize the fruits of sadaqah and how much reward we get. Subhanallah. Because when the death process starts, Allah opens, make you see things that you never have seen before. Make you see the real world that you're gonna live and either hopefully enjoy, and may Allah forbid or not enjoy or suffer. So, dear brothers and sisters, to summarize, المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف. The strong mu'min is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak one. وفي كل خير. Both have some khair in them. We need to strengthen our iman, our families, our communities, our masajid, to love one another and be united. The more dispute we have between each other, the more weaker we are. We need to do proper da'wah, call others for Islam. And the second point was, remember, don't give up. Don't lose trust. Trust Allah Azza wa Jal. What's going on now, which is beyond anyone's ability to grasp or understand, just trust Allah. And believe that Yawm al-Qiyamah, Yawm al-Hisab, the accountability day, Yawm al-Taghabun, Yawm al-Tanad, everybody will be facing his own actions, exposed in front of the whole world. Just imagine, relax, those who are killing children around, those who are doing all this. Just imagine Yawm al-Qiyamah happening and you are enjoying the justice of Allah Azza wa Jal. Because this dunya has no real justice. And we believe Allah does hold people accountable in dunya, like He did with Fir'aun, with Haman, with all the huge oppressors during history. And we have lived and seen many oppressors, and many leaders have faced their destiny. So we wish to see justice also in this world, but it's not the real ultimate justice. It's in Yawm al-Qiyamah. That we please learn the names of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Each name of them has a different beautiful meaning. May Allah make us among those who hear the best of words and apply them in their lives. May Allah make us strong mu'mins, inshallah, and Muslims, and make our families very strong in iman, and make us enjoy ibadah in our masajid, and make us among the strong communities. May Allah put mercy among us Muslims, brothers and sisters, and unite us in the best of iman. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا واهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا هداة مهديين. اللهم ارحمنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم العرض عليك. اللهم قوي إيماننا، اللهم قوي إسلامنا، اللهم لا تأخذنا إليك إلا وأنت راض عنا. اللهم ارفع الغم عن الأمة، اللهم ارفع الغم والبلاء عن الأمة. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم فك أسر المأسورين في فلسطين. اللهم أطعم جائعهم، اللهم اسق عطشاهم، اللهم اكس عريانهم، اللهم آمنهم من روعاتهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارحمنا واغفر لنا تقصيرنا في حقهم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعلنا من خير من يساند هؤلاء المجاهدين المقيمين في أرض الرباط. اللهم ارحمنا يا أرحم الراحمين وارحمهم. اللهم اجمعنا معهم في عليين. اللهم اجمعنا مع محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم من غير سابقة عذاب ولا حساب، واجعلنا نشرب من يده الهنية شربة ماء هنية لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. اللهم اغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما أنت أعلم به منا. اللهم اغفر لنا كل خطايانا. اللهم أعنا على غض البصر وحفظ اللسان. اللهم أعنا على غض البصر وحفظ اللسان. اللهم أعنا على تربية أبنائنا وبناتنا. اللهم أعنا على الرحمة بنسائنا. اللهم أعنا على صلة أرحامنا. اللهم اغفر لآبائنا وأمهاتنا. اللهم اغفر لهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارحم موتاهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يصل الرحم يا الله. اللهم اجعلنا ممن ينفق في سبيلك بإنفاق وبكرم يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم لا تجعلنا ممن يمسك بل اجعلنا ممن ينفق. Oh Allah, make us very generous. Oh Allah, help us be the best Muslims and the strong mu'mins. آمين آمين آمين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة.